Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Planet Kiss. And if you don't know how to read or use the internet, then let me make it easy for you. It's Paul Stanley's birthday. That's right, the famous Starchild is now 74 years old. He's looking better than ever. He's probably feeling better than ever. We all know what a health nut that guy is. And I thought, what better way to celebrate than to show off some of my favorite Paul-specific collectibles. For some reason, I kind of have a lot of only Paul stuff in here, so I thought it'd be a perfect way to start off these member hauls that I do want to get into later. And Paul's birthday is right at the top of the year, so this is the perfect time to do it. And I figured, what better way to start off this video than by setting the mood and lighting some Paul Stanley incense. That's right, this is Paul Stanley incense. They have them for all the members of the band. I ordered this from Kiss Army Things recently. The Zan man himself sent me this. I actually ordered a Peter that was advertised on the website, but he said that was out and that he had Paul, and I said, dude, give me the Starchild. I mainly got this because I actually used to have these as a child myself, and I can't remember which kind I had as a kid, but either way, I'm super happy to have this stuff back in my hands now. I don't want to use this whole thing, but as I said, we are going to set the mood here. Let's light some of these. These also have specific scents on the back, even though they all smell the same. The scents are Shout It Out Loud, Rock and Roll All Night, and I Want You. Let's see which one we get, dude. All right, I just picked a random one. Oh, dude, that's got I Want You written all over it. Yeah, Paul Stanley. I want you. I want you. I'm just kidding. I actually have no idea what it is, like I said. Woo. All right, I can feel Paul in the air now. So that is item number one. Thank you again to Zan Man over at Kiss Army Things for sending me this. All right, number two, let's get a little bit smaller here. This is a Paul Stanley snow globe thing, I guess you want to call it. If you shake it around like this, see it becomes all snowy in there. This, I actually don't know where I got this, but I know that my dad has the Ace one, and I do have a Gene one, I think in this right here, but the glass is all broken, so that's why I don't have it on display. But yeah. I've tried to take the Ace one from my dad and switch it with the Paul one before, and those have been promptly switched back. So I'm stuck with Paul, but maybe someday I'll end up getting all four. Who knows? I don't know what these things run for either. They could be super expensive. I have no clue. But this thing's cool. I like how I just have a little Paul one right here, and I keep him up right on my windowsill for right now. So, Paul Stanley Snow Globe. All right, next up, we're going to get a little nerdy here, and by that I mean we're going to talk about a book. This is Paul Stanley's Backstage Pass book. This is a great read. I read this once when I got it a few years ago, and as Tom Morello says on the back, part rock and roll self-help book, part life tutorial. Fans and non-fans alike will benefit from the how, what, and why of what makes Paul tick. Hell, I picked up a few pointers myself. I probably would have too, Tom, if I didn't have such a terrible attention span. But yeah, anything endorsed by Tom Morello is probably great. I can attest, dude. This book's good. And it's a nice, short, simple read, too. As you can see, it's obviously not too long. But yeah, this is basically just Paul's book about, like, self-help, his personal life, like, kind of, you know, lessons he's learned along the way and that he's imparting onto us. That signature Starchild wisdom. I do want to get his biography. That is one thing I'm missing from my collection, and especially as I'm trying to fill up on books and media and stuff in particular. That is one thing I'm on the hunt for, but this book will do for now. I may actually read through this again because it's been such a long time, but yeah, great book, and national bestseller, dude. Come on, bro. Paul Stanley rockstar / national bestseller. Man, it smells so much like I Want You in here. All right, back to fun toys. Let's just get this one out of the way. Paul Funko. I've had this thing forever, and just recently I actually found the little clear thing so he can actually like stand on a little platform. But yeah, this is my Paul Funko, dude. I got Peter too, even though I lost his drum set, and I need to get the other two. And maybe someday I will. All right, another toy coming in here, and this one's pretty cool. This is another one. I only have the Paul, and I don't have anybody else. This is an item that I actually bid on eBay. Kind of when I was like getting back into eBay, I hadn't bid on anything in a minute, and a few months ago, I was just like bidding on stuff, and I realized I couldn't retract a bid, or you have to like message the seller if you want to go through all that. So this is one of those things I bought in that phase. This is a Paul Stanley action figure. I don't think I had this one as a kid, so this is kind of an adult purchase I made where it just feels good to own this as an adult, especially in the box. I'm not taking it out of the box. And one thing that I actually love in particular about these is that they have the solo albums instead of the letters that actually, these are the letters that some of them come with. But yeah, I like the solo albums, dude. I love, again, as I've said on this channel, I'm a huge fan of the solo albums and the artwork. So anything with the solo albums on it, I love and I want. But yeah, this is just a classic action figure that, you know, I feel like any Kiss nerd collector, you know, should have. Yeah, once again, just bid on it on eBay. So now that I have Paul, it's kind of like I have to get the other three now, or I have to like, I don't know, I'm OCD, so I feel like I either have to get the other three or I have to get rid of this one, which I'm not making any decisions yet, so don't jump at me. And last but not least, this is something that's not really, you know, too insane, but I'm saving it for last because it completes a set of mine. And we love around here at Planet Kiss when we complete a set of something because Lord knows I only have bits and pieces of a bunch of shit. With that out of the way, the last item I'm showing off today, once again, that was in that same order that I got from Kiss Army Things with the incense, and this is Paul Stanley stuffed. So if you've seen any of my videos before, then you know I have the other 3, and they're just all mangled, and their legs are hanging off of them, and none of them have the instruments on them or anything. But I only have the other 3. I didn't have Paul. I had him at one point, but I lost him somewhere along the line. So this is another thing I've been wanting for a while, dude, because it actually completes the set. I have all 4 again. I'll actually show them right here so they all live together in harmony. Oops, knocked over that car. Now, the only problem with this is I'm still unsure as to if I want to take this out of the box or leave it. I feel like I want to take it out because these other 3 are out of the box, and it's weird that this alone is in the box, but at the same time, I'm just not quite ready, dude. So, I don't know. I'm going to leave him here like this for now, but maybe someday on this channel, we'll unbox him together, so it makes it for kind of a special moment. But yeah, dude, I'm stoked on this one because, again, I finally have a set completed here, so these all sit right down here. And for today, I think that's all the Paul stuff I want to show off. What can I say about Paul Stanley, dude? Paul Stanley's the ultimate frontman. For me, as somebody who's in a band and somebody who actually sings and plays guitar in a band, Paul Stanley's definitely, you know, one of my top influences. Just for frontmanship and showmanship, you know, because the dude knows how to command a crowd. We all know that. And if I can do just a fraction of how good he does at that, then I feel like I'm heading in the right direction, you know? So that's it. I didn't want to make this video super long. I just want to say happy birthday, Paul Stanley. You're a legend, and I just wanted to show off some of my favorite Paul stuff here. So thank you guys again for watching. I have another fun video coming again this weekend, so stay tuned for that. Thank you again. I love you guys. For Ace Frehley, Eric Carr, and Mark St. John, I am Planet Kiss, signing off.